up, guys? Welcome to the Roundtable Podcast. I'm Drkknight316. I'm here with special guest
Robert Wheeler
Gaming. All right, today he brought us some drinks to try out. He gave me the Full Throttle drink. Which one do you have?
I got the Zero Sugar NOS.
Oh, that's a really good drink. I'm going to drink it in my Batman mug today.
I ended up, because my cat dead. So I think this one would be pretty cool.
All right, let's cheer this up. Well, this looks like a Mountain Dew.
This one's all like a light orangey. You can hear that.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if the camera can see it, but it kind of looks like a Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I think so.
All right, cheers up on that one. All right, now how far are you in Expedition 33?
I don't remember where I was last week, but right now I'm in game. Trophy wise, I guess you can't, I don't know if it would be spoiler or non-spoiler, but there's a super boss. And so right now I'm struggling with the super boss, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do to beat him. I was like this close last night, and then I ended up losing.
You couldn't dodge or something?
Yeah, I just couldn't dodge his attack, but I was able to get pretty
down
close.
To like low hits.
Yeah, pretty close. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do to get it. But and then pretty much the last stage to beat the game. So I think I'm just probably gonna do that. Just beat the game and then go back and
reload up your save and try it out like that.
Unless there's a it like reloads at the end of the game before I can play New Game Plus, I might just do that. So I don't know, but I'm in game just doing all the cleanup.
Yeah, well, where I'm at, I'm pretty much in game. I still have the tower to do, and then I still have to beat the super boss. But I experienced a glitch the other day, even with the new update. Is I was grinding to 99 by doing what everybody says the best grind is for the merchant, and I was trying to get everybody to 99, and I spent like hours doing it, and I got all the way up to like everybody close enough to 99. I think I just needed Mael, or no, not Mael, the two chicks, what's her name?
Lune
and CL, yeah. Mm-hmm. Lune and CL left. They were at 97, and then I didn't back out of the merchant up on there and go to a save point for it to auto save. I thought it automatically auto saves after like every battle, especially when you're talking to the merchant, but it didn't. And it did one of because I'm playing it on the PlayStation, so it did the one where there's like an error occurred and kicked you out, and then you have to report it to Sony. So I did that. I reloaded up the game, and all my progress got deleted from me spending like 2-3 hours trying to do that grind up on it, because I've been one-shot in that merchant the whole entire time, and now it's kind of like bumming because now I got to go do it again. It's taking a lot longer, so it's not as fun to go and do it. But once everybody gets to 99, and what I'm trying to do for my strategy is, once Mael is 99, she's still gonna do it till everybody gets 99. But when people get to 99, then all the Lumes that I got for that is just gonna go to that person, so that then they can get up and get more of the Pictos and stuff like that. So that's pretty much where I'm at with this bug and stuff like that. Like I changed my score from, I did it last time, I think it was like 9.5. Now I changed it to like a 9 because that bug, like it shouldn't have had that bug on there. And then plus with the update, they nerfed that one skill that people were using it to one shot. So now you can't really, like, it's like a 40% reduction. So it's like, I think for the company, they shouldn't be nerfing these ones up on it, because the one, it's a like single player game. So it's not like it's online to give you an advantage. So because since they nerfed this one, like what other skills that when people find, are they gonna nerf those now too? Like to me, like that's they shouldn't do that. It's not like it's an online game. It's just a game there that it's fun. I mean, the only time you should maybe like do it is like if there's a bug that caused that thing, not that everybody
Well,
should find
I guess
out.
my thing too, though, is this one shot kill that they're doing, is that new game plus? Because where I'm at right now, I can't everybody's saying, oh, you can one shot the super boss. I can't one shot the super boss at all, and I put on pretty much everything that you have for the Pictos, and I can't do it. So it's,
I think you have to farm a bunch of Lumes so that then they can gain like every one of the
but
Pictos.
I got pretty much everybody's over 200 for the Luminous. So if they're already over 200, they can learn a lot of skills. I just don't.
Well, not the ones that are like 40 and all those ones.
I just don't know. I think I just gotta continue because I still need to get to 99. So I think what I'm gonna do is yeah. So I think I'm just gonna beat the last level, and then go back and beat it, because then I'll be at 99, because I'm like 95 or something right now. So then I'll be at 99
with everybody, or just with my L?
With my L, I'm at 95. So
all right, so that was our experience with Expedition 33. The next one we'll talk about is building the ultimate Final Fantasy characters. Last time we did with the Pixel remasters, we were only able to pick one from each Pixel remastered game. This time we're allowed to pick two, but it's from the PlayStation era one, for 7 through 9. So did you pick your ones for it?
Yeah, it was a little tough this time.
Oh yeah.
So I
So
think,
who'd you pick with for 7?
okay, so for me, my favorite character in Final Fantasy VII is Barrett. So he's definitely in my party. So he has to be number 1 for me.
Okay, and then who's your second person in 7?
This one was a little tough because I had to narrow it down between Tifa and Yuffie. So I don't know which one I should get. I'm thinking I'm going to get Yuffie.
Because it's not going to be that, you can't have it the same if they have the job clash for the other ones.
Well, I mean, I can't think of. Yuffie's a ninja. There's no other Final Fantasy that has a ninja for this level, at least for this, for these games, for 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah. So for 7, I picked Tifa because I do the fighter, and then I picked Barrett because he's a gunner. So I'm like, okay, I'll have long range, and then close range. So that's covered for 7 up on there. And I don't want to pick Cloud for being a soldier because I wanted to save a soldier class for the other games. So who'd you pick for 8?
8. So I had to get a blue mage, and so of course I chose Quistis. Would be 8.
Okay, and then who's your other character?
And then see, this is where it made it tough too, because do I go Zell or do I go Squall? So I had to sit there and kind of think about.
Well, I mean, that's the only other one with Ono, because 9 has a monk. So if you didn't pick Zell, you could still pick the monk and
Yeah, no, I ended up going with Zell.
You picked Zell on this one. Zell and Quistis.
Yes,
that's a good choice up on that one. So you got the other fighter. For me, in 8, I went with the soldier. So I picked Squall because then I can have the damage dealer and do all that. Plus, I also picked Quistis as the blue mage because she has the powerful blue magic in this one that I think is probably more powerful than Quinn is in Final Fantasy 9. So I'm like, oh, I got covered with the blue mage. So like I'll be pretty much damage dealing. It'll be Squall and Tifa close combat, while Barrett and Quistis will be long
what's Cloud
range.
gonna think?
Who cares?
Oh.
Okay, so for 9, who'd you pick for 9?
I was Zidane because I had to get a thief, and Garnet.
Oh, so you picked
Dagger.
Garnet. Yeah, so you picked the summoner, and
I
the
had to
white
get a
mage.
summoner and a white mage.
I didn't pick a white mage because I'm like, Quistis could do, an enemy skill and go and get the white mage. So for 9, I picked Zidane as well because I was like, oh, give me a thief up on there. Plus, he could be a damage dealer up on it. But this one, the second person I went with I went with Vivi, so I could go get have a black mage in and have him be OP'd with all his magic right on there. Because I could have picked Steiner. I was gonna go pick Steiner for there, but I already
more
picked
like the Mystic Knight.
Yeah, but I already picked Squall, so I was like, okay, I don't need another knight on my team. And then with Freya, I was gonna pick Freya, but then I was like, I already picked the Dragoon in the Pixel Master, so trying to go and change it all up and not pick a Dragoon up on there. And then I was trying to think of 9, like who's the other characters I like. So I didn't really play too much with Quina because I was like, it's it's okay. I don't really remember too much playing with Freya, and I mostly remember playing with Garnet and Zidane, and then Steiner, or sometimes I would trade out Garnet for Eco. So I'd pick that one depending on how I feel, but most of the time my team was the original.
Does Steiner have the? I'm trying to think. Steiner had he's the Mystic Knight, but he has the magic. He could do the magic swords only with Vivi. Right? Because Vivi would cast fire on the sword and do a fire attack. So he couldn't do any of those magic moves without Vivi.
I don't think he could.
So if you chose Steiner, wouldn't you also have to have chose Vivi, or else Steiner's moves aren't relevant?
I'm trying to think, because I know Beatrix, with her Save the Queen, she was able to do a lot of the mystic knight stuff with it. So I'm assuming Steiner probably learned how to do it without
Vivi. He had some moves.
Mm-hmm.
So half of his arsenal is gone because you need a magic user. So
yeah, did they have tag teams like that in 9?
They didn't have tag teams in a sense of like,
like co-op moves.
You could put these two together and then they can attack the enemy. But they had different things like that. Because remember, this one, 9 was fun because you can learn the abilities by equipping armors and weapons and stuff like that. So
I do remember that.
That was the fun part.
That's how Expedition 33 took it from, because they said that they were a big fan of Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 9, and then they were saying some of the like Dark Souls and all those other type of games that they were fun with. Who would be your ultimate bad guy?
I think that one you have to go Sephiroth, because he's the more popular one out of 3, but I do think it's tough though, because I don't think Sephiroth would fit in well with 8 and 9. I think 8 and 9 they would own him, honestly. I think 7 was the only one that they would have a disadvantage. I think 8 and 9 they could easily take him out.
8 I think it probably, because Squall's Gunblade could probably take out Sephiroth. But I don't know.
I mean, I could one-shot with Quistis.
You could.
The gun.
Or bring out that Eden summon and, blow that up.
But then think about how many summons I would have with Garnet. With the magic, I could use all the abilities.
You do that arc.
I think I don't really have to equip materials. Like I think 8 and 9 they'd have the advantage to beat Squall, or not Squall, Sephiroth. But I think overall though, I think you have to choose Sephiroth just because he's the most popular one. So
yeah, because I don't think people would think Ultimecia would be like powerful enough, because she'd only fit at 8. But if you took her out of 8 and you put her into like 9 or whatever like that, like she wouldn't be as powerful. And same with Kuja. Kuja wouldn't be. I mean, Kuja could probably be enough to take out everybody else. So I'd probably go with Kuja then instead of Sephiroth. Even though Sephiroth is more of the iconic ones, and everybody else is, everybody else who would be doing this list would probably pick Sephiroth.
Yeah, well,
But-
I chose them. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Kuja on this one because, I mean, when he had that invisible ship with Garland, he was able to take out everything, but he was pretty much like 1-for-1 with Zidane. So, you know, and then when he got his whatever they call their limit break or whatever, and he transformed.
Trance.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, when he transformed like that, then he was pretty powerful. So I don't see Sephiroth. I mean, Sephiroth could probably just transform to the one-winged angel and then be pretty powerful. But other than that, like, I don't see Sephiroth. I mean, maybe Sephiroth could be a good guy or a good bad guy because he can't be defeated without Cloud. So everybody else would have a tough time trying to
So
beat
then
him.
I would have a tough time because I didn't choose Cloud.
Mm-mm.
So
No, but you chose Final Fantasy 7, so you should be able to handle it up on there. So that's our Final Fantasy Ultimate building team. So next time we're going to go 10,
I think 10 to
12.
the end of the series.
10, 12, 13,
Yeah, so we'll miss
15.
11 and
16?
We'll miss 11
Well,
and 14.
we can't do 16 because, I mean, unless we pick,
I think though I
Clive
think we're
with
gonna
the
miss
ability.
11, 14, and 16 just because 16 is really just Clive.
yeah.
So I think we'll go 10, 12, 13, and 15.
So 10, 12, 13, and 15.
And each one of those we could choose 2. So because technically you're supposed to build with like a team of 6 or whatever, but I think in this case
We'll do 2 from each.
we'll do 2, so we'll have 8. But this one gets a little bit harder because it's more of like you have the MMOs, so really those are like you throw those out.
Yeah, you can't really
And
count those.
16 you can't really because you just have Clive.
Mm-hmm.
So even though 16 was a good game, you have Clive that you have to. I mean, who am I going to choose?
I mean, unless you pick his ability, but then
But yeah, so you don't really have.
are you going to include DLC abilities because when you
Yeah.
got the, you know,
So
the
we'll
Omega
have
one,
to do
so-
it like that for next time, and it kind of, I think also too we might be able to disregard any of the class system, too. And I think we'll just pick them. We'll see because
yeah, that'll be the harder one because
as we start
having to remember all those characters and then plus with like 15 with Noctis.
yeah, but
and,
so that's the
and
thing.
all those
I
ones.
think just Noctis though, like you think 15, 13, there's not really a class too much. Like who would be
Yes.
considered. Because
Well,
like
I mean, there was because
well, 13, you think Snow, what would Snow be? He'd be
Uh,
more of a monk
he'd be
class.
the monk. Yeah,
And so, like, you know, who's the more of, like, the black mage?
like Hope was the magic user.
He would be a magic user, same with Vanille, like, things like that is what you start thinking through, and then it's
And
like...
then you got Fang was your dragoon.
And then, see, it's going to
And
be tough
then
for me.
Lightning's your soldier.
It's going to be tough for me because I've never really played 12, so I don't know all the characters. So that's going to be tough for me.
Yeah, if you did the international version, which we could be doing up on here,
Yeah. Well,
any-
we're going to do it for the
Yeah,
PlayStation version,
like
so...
any character could have that class. So they kind of changed it up in that one.
They
but
have a
if you
monk
did-
class in that one, don't they?
They do. They do
might-
have the fist
I might
class,
actually have to
so-
play this after Expedition 33.
Yeah,
Hopefully I can beat that one quick enough so I can get through the series.
yeah.
but-
I'm only missing like 5 or 6 trophies up on there because I got to get all the music notes, all the journals, beat the super boss, beat the endless tower.
Oh, that's in Final Fantasy?
No, in
Oh.
the expedition.
Oh,
Beat
okay.
the endless tower, and then like beat the game,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that might be it.
It might be, I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
What are you missing in trophy wise?
so I gotta do the... I can't figure out which beach, the gestural beach. I did that harder one. I completed that. I can't figure out which one I have, so I have to do that. I have that painting one you have to do. And then I have one. The way I tried to do it was I was trying to beat the game of I beat Simon, get my last journal, and then in the last level has my last music note. So I was gonna try to do that so then I could beat the game, have it, and then beat the game, and then I'm done.
Yeah, that's
But-
what I'm gonna try to do.
I don't think I'm going to be able to, but we'll see. I think I'm going to try to just go most of it before I face the final boss, and then kind of back out and see there. But I have that, and then I have to get to level 99, and then I think I'm pretty much it. I think I'm done with all that. But I'm pretty close. I'm like 55 hours in now.
See, I'm at 127 hours in the game.
Yeah, but the difference between me and you is you've explored a lot. I've just done.
I went, built up everything, tried to get everything.
Yeah.
I didn't have to really go back too much.
I went to this one side quest tower that I went in there so I could have the name on the map. But I never cleared it out, so I was running through there last night, and I was taking out everybody, but I was like,
you're like, oh, I've never been here before.
So I was trying to get a picto to be able to use, and I'm just like, man, you stopped exploring a lot. Once I got to the end game, I was like, I'm done. I'm just trying to beat everybody. So
yeah, this game's the story's crazy. So I'm curious to see how the ending is going to be.
You know what's interesting about this game though is, like character wise, my favorite character starting out was Lune, but now it's changed for my favorite character.
Who's your favorite character now?
Right now I'm liking Verso. I think Verso, the setup I have with him, even though he's not like super powerful, it's pretty cool. And so I'm enjoying his build and building and playing with him right now. Right now I'm trying out CL. I don't like her as much because I feel like having to buff my party and things like that isn't as fun to be like, here, buff you, and I like just going attack and things like that. But my Lune right now, she's slow, so I think that's why I got rid of her. And then Monoko, I'm sure I could figure out how to build him up, but he's my least favorite right now. I think Lune, as much as I don't like it, she's taking a back seat right now because I'm enjoying playing with Verso. I got 2 of his weapons. I might switch his weapon, but I got 2 of his weapons maxed out. One of his weapons I have where you automatically start at S rank, but his health is half. He can waste a lot, but then I got this other one I'm trying out is where basically you like once you hit a rank, it basically like the effects go to your other teammates and make them stronger. So as I'm doing this one where I have the mark and I keep attacking with the mark to get my rank up, and once my rank goes up, then my teammates are supposed to be stronger, but I haven't been able to get the full effect because I haven't built him like quickly. There's still other stuff I gotta do to get him complete, so I might have to do that if I can't use this round to beat Simon, then I'll have to figure out what I'll do. So
yeah, my team that I go with is Verso, Mael, and Monaco. I put the CL and Lune like on the back burner. Like when I was doing the whole build up, they were at 88 and everybody else was in the 90s, like the late 90s. So it took forever for them to get into the 90s because they were so weak up on it. So but now they're in the 90s right now when I just was playing.
Pretty much everybody's gonna be maxed out by the time, like I'm gonna max them out 99 anyway. But I don't know. I gotta see. I think I had to do some tweaks on my Pictos, and I think I could probably take out Simon. But a lot of it too is because I'm playing with 3 people. I'm wondering if I can make it stronger without 3 people.
You think you'd be just solo running it?
Well, I don't know, because when I was so I did it with Mael, Verso, and CL, and I like almost took him out, but then what ended up happening was I ended up
he went like 7 times or whatever. Yeah, couldn't dodge it all.
He took all my shields. He took all of this, and I was like, by the time you took all my shields, I'm pretty much done. I don't have anything else
to protect yourself.
After he takes it all and moves it real quickly to be able to come back and take the shield.
I wonder if there's an ability or a Picto, whatever, that you take the shield from the enemies. So like if they take yours, you can go back and take them.
No, but like right now I have this one Picto where you gain 10% per shield you have. So I think I have like 5 shields right now. So I think I need to just do it to where I can get 9 shields.
Yeah.
But
I've seen videos online where like they start out with everybody starts out with full ones. I don't know how to do that.
But that one where it's like you do the auto death and you revive, that hasn't been as strong for me to be able to get to beat Simon. So
yeah,
I don't know what it is for, like what I'm doing wrong to be able to buff myself through all that. So I see I just got to him last night, so there's a little bit more I gotta look through. So
yeah. Well, that's all that we have for today for all the stories that we have. So just let everybody know where they can find you and your channels.
Robert Wheeler Gaming. You can also follow me on X or Twitter or whatever we call it these days at Robert Wheeler Jr. As well as as we start building more followers, I'm actually wanting to start Drkknight316. So definitely we can start getting together and start playing. I want to play PS3 old games like Call of Duty, things like that, as a group. So as we start building things, let's start getting back into the retro games and have more fun playing those games and having fun on a Friday night and just playing old school Call of Duty or something. So that's kind of my goal here. Let's just keep going, keep building. Let's get to 100 subscribers first, and then work our way up. I'd like to just keep growing this thing. So as much as we appreciate you guys and just being able to let's continue to have this grow.
Yeah, and then I'm Drkknight316. This is the Roundtable Podcast. I also have a food and drink channel that I try to do drinks or foods that are like new or popular or people may not have tried before, and try it and then give my opinion on whether it tastes as good, needs to be fixed or whatever there. Also have a wrestling channel up on there that we just go over who we think's gonna win on some of the big pay-per-views and stuff.
Your favorite wrestler, John Cena?
No, not John Cena getting a ball thrown at him. But also have a channel that we're gonna try to do where we show off like what we got. We're thinking about maybe calling it like the loot box or whatever.
I like battle box, but
or battle box, whichever.
Loot box or whatever.
But yeah, we're just trying to grow this channel up on here. Like this podcast is just the two of us, but we want to eventually add more people. That's why it's called a round table, because it's gonna be a round table of ideas, people with different like gaming experience and gaming that they like. They may be they only like first person shooters and don't like RPGs or
they
anything
can't come
like
on
that.
here, but no, I'm kidding.
Yeah. So we're trying to build this up on here. So please just like and subscribe, so that we can reach that milestone of 100, and then we can have a gaming night.
No, I tell you,
all
the thumbs
stuff.
up if you like Dragon Ball Z.
There you go.
There you go. Thumbs
Or
up.
this one is the Iron Man Maka T-shirt.
There you
So
go.
if you like Iron Man, up in the comments, do that. So keep on gaming.
Keep gaming,
and we'll
guys.
see you
God
next time.
bless you. Thank you.
All right.